There are so many players that can just pick and peel faces from God knows how far away.
Yeah, too many scary players on both these rosters. It's not going to be like, all right, we got Sniper out of Snipe Down's hands. We're totally safe now. Nope, Mikwin can pick that up. Penguin can pick it up. All these scary players on both these sides. And quite an interesting start. We don't really see too many people go right up the bridge anymore because a lot of people have been picking up like DMR or haven't been able to revert back there. But it looks like Stellar kind of reading the starting strategy from Reciprocity.
Every single person right now, I want to grab your mobile phone, I want to get your laptop. I don't give a hell damn what it is. Just get it out, tweet this stream, use the hashtag HaloWC. This is going to be an absolutely belting game. Splyce taking on Reciprocity. Few kills coming down now, move across to Mikwin's POV. Taking a look over at Sniper, sees the Rockets. Now I've got to say, surprised Rockets haven't actually been picked up any earlier.
No, I guess I'm not too surprised. What's going to happen with a lot of these players is they want to take up ground first. It's not like an overshield or something where it's the first person to touch it is guaranteed to live. It's more like you have to secure the area nearby it, and then once that area is safe, grab those rockets and run to a safe area, whether that's back towards your base or taking up ground and going on the offensive.
Penguin opting to go for the beatdown rather than waste that one rocket in the chamber. Fires it, but does get the kill. Now 2B on the move, but we got a stalemate. Both flags are going to be moved across the map. You'll see, Shotzi just checking his corners because you can see a player on the radar. But he knows he's there. He's already put some pressure down, but that's going to be a cheeky stick.
Snipe Down, hitting that sticky grenade, just reading that sprint off. Sometimes those ring around the rosies can be a little tough because someone can pre-predict where you're coming around the corner.
Read it like a book. Mr. Eric Rona gets the stick, gets the kill, but Renegade checking around, seeing what's going down over at Maze. He's getting the information. He'll call out one, he'll see two. That's going to be Spartan. That should be a nice, easy kill. Gets the cleanup. Now he's looking for information, listening to his teammates. 1, 2, 3. You see that kill feed. He's going to be getting that call, Dave. It's time to pull that flag, but not checking the back. The players come in, straight off the respawn. Down he goes, moving out of cave. Stellar kind of just jumping in there a little bit willy-nilly. Fair enough, he's got Shotzi on that elbow corner, but you know, they're going to be spawning there, so you're kind of giving away that kill.
It can't be overstated how important that kill was from Penguin. 3 of his teammates just got dropped. He was the only one alive, and he picks off Renegade with a nice grenade, nice shot, and completely stops a potential flag cap.
Stellar with the triple. Grenade goes down. He's looking for the over. It's round the corner. You can see the nades bouncing back off. He can lock them all down here. There's one. Second one in front of him. There's 2 more players. Looks like Rockets have just fallen in the hands of Splyce. Shotzi takes a bullet to the brain. He gets dropped. They're now going to be over on the Rocket side. So Reciprocity can angle back. Renegade with a thrust back. Beautiful kill from him. Ground pound down to stall. It will stay there for a second, so he gets his shield back, stays alive. So important, Dave, to be staying alive in these situations.
Yeah, staying alive. And some people might be wondering, why did Shotzi challenge in that situation? He had rockets, he had the high ground, he was one shot. Why would he challenge? And what he's doing is kind of this this bluffing game. There's gonna be times when you have the height advantage, you're up at like ping 3 on truth, or you're over at the top rocket side and someone's down low, you're gonna back down, making them assume that they have to focus somewhere else, and you're gonna poke back out and help your teammate. Right there, Snipe Down, read right through that bluff and got that kill.
Definitely not strong side. He's not done nothing for years, Dave. Let's not forget about that whatsoever. But looking at this game, it's going to be Eco. Gets taken down in the cave. Big pivotal kill there because they at least managed to clear them out. Now we see Shotzi. Dangerous position here for Reciprocity. Obviously, we call this the Royal 2 because of the things that he did back in the early days of Halo 5. But he can just catch people off the spawn, but you got to make sure you land these shots, Sunshine. Otherwise, you're going to get punished. 1, 2, 3 members of Splyce. They're all dead, and that allows Reciprocity to kind of capitalize on this and start moving the flag.
And it's just crazy how fast-paced an area gets after those calls happen. Shotzi looked like he was fairly safe over at top site, and then just out of nowhere, people flying left and right with melees and haymakers taking players out.
Spartan does get dinked up, and all of a sudden that flag will be returned. Once again, if you are just joining us, this, ladies and gentlemen, will be an absolutely fantastic game.
And here's that exact situation I was talking about before against Sims. You notice how Shotzi could have at any point sprinted and grabbed those rockets, but it would have been almost a sure death. He wanted to take care of blue rocket corner, secure that area, lay down some shots, and then grab rockets when it was safer. And because of that now, he was able to get a kill. His teammate Renegade now has rockets, and they are pushing in. They're suffocating these players all on the blue side of the map.
And a bullet just came flying down down the bridge, and it found its target. That's going to be Stella with the sniper rifle in the kill feed, just kind of moving around the map. But he's dead. In fact, look at all those red X's. He's the last man standing here for Splyce. He's whiffed the second rocket. Penguin turns around. He puts a bullet in. 4 dead now for Splyce. They're going to be coming off the respawn. Look at where Penguin is. He's ready for these spawns, Dave.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy how well these players know the spawns now. In so many other situations, once you get a few kills, your first inclination is, I need to push forward. I need to push forward as fast as possible. But right there, Penguin realizing players are spawning already over in cave. If he pushes in, he would surely be in a 1v2 situation.
That's Eco with a double, looking at the kill feed. Spartan picks up one as well, so Shotzi, he'll be sent back. Nice easy kill there for Spartan. Comes in with a clean assist. Penguin opts to move inside the cave area. So he'll be forcing him to spawn on the elbow side, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's waiting for numbers, catches one downstairs in the basement, fair play to him, but he's not pushing in. I like this. Why bother pushing in just to get flattened like a steamroller as you do at the moment? He's just being a nuisance. The problem is, for Splyce, while he's here alive, Dave, they have to focus on him, and it kind of takes them away from the rest of the map.
Yeah, it ends up being this nuisance you have to deal with, and it's a ticking time bomb as a player is back there, because you either have to go back, collapse on a player, and take care of him, but you're also risking that you're going to get shot in the back, or if you take way too long and you try to push out, that player can poke out at any time, put some shots in. It's just this player that it's really tough to deal with, because even if you push back and kill him, you are now in bad position, and you have to push all the way back across the map where that player's going to spawn again.
And you won't believe this, guys, at home. It's currently 48-48. Even Steven on kills. But I'll tell you what, Penguin, he's got other ideas. Finds Renegade, top snipe. He's got one in the cave as well. They've got to be careful of this. Easy kill for him. Cleans it up. Now they'll look straight down snipe. See if they can catch any people. Look at them flooding. You can see all the members of Reciprocity. They're opting to go down there. Mr. Rona with the rockets. Easy kill from him. And you saw the sniper rifle on the back of that player. Stella gets caught with his pants down on the corner. He didn't expect that one coming across. That should be a cleanup from his teammates. Penguin in the kill feed. You can see that one. So clean up from him. Nice to see Reciprocity working together. Dink, see you later, friend. Easy call out, easy kill.
Yeah, snipe down with a triple-double already on the board. One thing you're pointing out before, though, is when we look at some of these players in the squads like Snipe Down and Renegade, you kind of look at them as power weapon masters on each squad. And right there, we saw Renegade, when he had rockets, he went 0 for 2 with his rockets, whereas Snipe Down went 2 for 2. And that might be the reason why they're moving their first flag across the map.
Ground pound down, flies straight across the map, but the bullets are coming in thick and fast. They eliminate him. Now they need to make something of this. They're looking to get more kills, looking to get a bit more ground on this before they start to move it again, because it is bottom mid. If you flood down there, Splyce are happily just going to farm you, let you go for it, and then they'll pull the flag once they have the numbers advantage. Here comes the flood, though. They're moving down straight across that platform area, straight through the window. Stella in with a double. He's looking for more. 1, 2, 3, as we mentioned. There's the farm, Dave. There's the pull.
Yeah, and that is so tough to deal with if you're on Reciprocity's side. Just 2 players flooding in through bridge before you can react. There's not much you can do. And Mikwin, a little sneaky play, but I kind of question it a little bit, because at some point, if he was even able to pick up that kill, it's not like he was in a position to instantly dive on the flag and get the recovery. If you're making that sneaky flank play on the flag, you need to get the kill and jump on it right away, or you need to be in a position where you're getting kills and you can run away.
So, Splyce answer back. They did have the pressure applied to them, but they've answered with a nice, easy flag cap. They go 1-0 up. 4 minutes remaining on the clock. Combat Evolve does come in. We were speaking about this earlier on the desk. Rockets in the pocket of Shotzi. Finds 1, finds 2. Wow, wow, wow. Reciprocity, they're all dead. We've got another flag on the move, Dave, and he's in a great position. Look at where he's going to block people, to attack them from the other elbow.
I love that position. He instantly backs up closer to his fountain, and he now has all these angles, and he misses a grab. This could be pivotal, but luckily Splyce, they bait the 2 players from Reciprocity right into that flag spot, get a couple kills, make that 3 kills. That seems like it was kind of taken out of the Reciprocity handbook, because every single time we saw Reciprocity playing against Renegade's team, Team Renegade, they would just bait them in. They would bring a flag closer to base, they would get another round of slaying, they'd keep control of the map, and it felt like Splyce just did that perfectly to Reciprocity.
Eco stepping it up, he's looking for this triple, gets the trade off at least, so 3 members down now for Reciprocity. The rest of Splyce will be getting the numbers together. Shotzi's getting tagged pretty hard. The sniper rifle doesn't go off the map. He'll be calling it out for his teammates, because the members of Rec, they might not actually know that it hasn't fallen off the map. So, potentially, a little bit of a hidden sniper rifle here for Splyce. Now it's gone, at least puts a bullet in him. Eco comes through, cleans up that assist, says, okay, I'll take the free kill, not a problem whatsoever. That's a double. He knows someone's hanging around this corner, attempts to get the stick. Spartan gets battered to the face. He does challenge the guy in cave. I respect it, but he does at least get beaten back. And now it's Stella moving in with a DMR. He held his gun, Dave. He held his... I'm really impressed by that. Just stand your ground for a second.
Yeah, just holding off, being a little bit more patient. And what was that? Snipe down, slipping right by into the cave and getting that melee down on Stellar, taking him out. That's a great kill, but it's also might be too little too late. I mean, 2 minutes on the clock, Coliseum flag. It's going to be tough to get 2 caps.
Talk to me about the mental game. You've got 2 minutes, panic stations kicking in.
Not so much panic station. You have to get aggressive, though. Right now, if I'm a member of Reciprocity and I hear Renegades over at our Rocket Corner, I'm going to say, all right, I welcome the trade right now. I am not even going to go fight the guy at a Rocket Corner. We should all push snipe, try to take a 3-on-4 situation, get a flagpole, and run it back. Who cares if Renegade gets some sort of counter pull? You welcome some sort of chaos. You just want flag action to be happening. If you try to fight them on even ground, where you try to get all the slays and get a flagpole, you're trying to bet that you can outslay this strong Splyce squad, and it hasn't worked out the last 10 minutes. Why would it work the last 2 minutes?
Well, we could potentially just be going for some nice defense here. You can see the farm is starting to happen. Reciprocity are stepping back. They're trying to clear these people out of the base. I mean, this is just awful right now. Splyce have just really stepped up to the plate. They're answering back and just keeping them pinned back in the base.
Can't be defensive here. Right there, killing Renegade now, that's another player you're going to have to deal with on the Splyce side of the map once you actually push over. So about 3 seconds from now, I believe it's going to be Renegade's going to be spawning. And guess what? That's going to be someone who's going to fight against Penguin back over at the Splyce base. You have to be aggressive. And I'm not saying this is how you need to play the entire time, but when you're in a desperate situation with only 2 minutes left in the game and 2 flag caps to go, you need to switch something up, Sims.
Yeah, they needed a miracle, but unfortunately it's not shone through this time round. 40 seconds, so we'll just kind of run this one down. But, you know, looking at the slays across the board, what do we got? 96 on one side, 86 on the blue team, so only outslayed by 10 at this point. Still neck, you know, pretty even Steven across the board. But objective efficiency, you can't speak enough for it. It looks like Splyce are just going to push another one out, be a bit of a nuisance, keep that pressure up. And I think, Dave, that's going to be GG.
Yeah, this one's over for sure. Now, you brought up the fact that it was a 10 slay difference. One thing that happened during this game, though, is it's a lot of members of Splyce over on the Reciprocity side of the map. So even though they'd be going trade, kill for kill, it was still kind of Splyce's control of the map. They would still have their free reign if they wanted to go towards top rocket or towards top snipe. And just, yeah, once they got to the Reciprocity base, they had to hit a wall there, get a few kills, and try to get those pulls.
Splyce take first blood in this series. They go up 1-0 as they absolutely seal the deal on Coliseum CTF 2-0. But you've got to give Reciprocity credit where credit's due. They did not make it easy. They kind of pretty much kept up with the slaying power. But it just felt a little bit, Dave, like all of a sudden at one point, Reciprocity kind of run out of steam.
Yeah, I think it was really the toughest moment when they got that flag all the way to, Splyce got their flag all the way to their own fountain, and Reciprocity just went one after the other and died. It felt like they had this moment where they got a couple kills. They could have maybe gotten that flag return, and that's just, oh man, it's so tough to swallow that. Yeah, where it's like, man, we're almost getting the flag recovery, and then you see 3 of your teammates die, they cap the flag, and you don't have any control on the map. Generally, the only condolence you have when someone caps the flag is like, all right, we now have top rocket controller, we have top snipe controller, you have something on the map, but when you lose the flag cap and you lose control, you just lost everything.
All right then, guys, rock and roll. We are rolling into game number 2. It's going to be Slayer on the rig. Now, Dave, they were pretty much, I mean, can you take when we say, all right, previous game, they weren't too far off on kills. Can we take this across to game 2 and say, well, it's going to be the same then?
Yeah and no. I mean, when you have a team that heavily outslays the other, like we've seen sometimes with some disparaging open bracket matches we saw earlier, yeah, you can take that into game 2. When you're talking about 2 powerhouse teams like this, they're going to play it completely different. You're not going to see members of Reciprocity just jumping out, giving random free kills without purpose. They're going to be much more concerned about their own lives. They're going to be holding stronger positions, and they're going to take it much slower.
Sniper rifle every 3 minutes, scatter shot every 20 seconds, active camo every 2 minutes. Keep an eye on those power weapons and power-ups because they could be telling the story of this game. Game number 2 is now live. Make sure you tweet the stream, use the hashtag HaloWC. We are on the road to the World Championships of 2018. $1 million on the line. And I tell you what, we've already had a wild and wonderful Saturday where we saw Optic Gaming, the Giants falling 3-0. Eric Rona doing what he does best with a sniper rifle and gets himself a cheeky kill without dying.
Snipedown got all 3 kills for his team thus far. Not only just killing one, he got a no-scope on the player, almost grabbing camo. Gained that death nade on a player in Whitehall. He is doing everything he absolutely can at this moment.
Stella with the grenade. But it's Penguin who grabs the sniper rifle. Here's the shots, here's the calls. Opts to try and look, see if he can support his teammates. Tags up one easy kill. Whips out the Magnum, finishes it off. No scope, goes for it, but he has to get the reload. He will fall. You can see this camo guy still chilling. It's Stella, and he has 4 bullets in the chamber of this snipe. We saw earlier on. We give him a sniper rifle with 4 bullets, Dave. He cracked every single skull. He got 4 for 4. More than likely, he'll be able to do the same again. Tags up one, opts to the Magnum. There's one, there's 2. Easy double, turns around. No scope. Can he get the triple? No, he cannot, but his teammates come in. That's 4 dead.
All 4 down. Can't ask for better execution than that. One thing to take note of, too, from Stella right there, he had camo, he had the flank, and he still didn't take his time to get that shot. And I don't disagree with that. He saw that player was giving pressure to his teammates. If a player is pressuring your teammates, don't you dare take those extra milliseconds and try to just go for some sort of headshot. Get that body shot on him. Your teammate's gonna either finish off the pistol or you can yourself.
Gives the player the cold shoulder, stays alive, grabs himself a Magnum. Ironically, a Team Liquid one as well. But yeah, probably rolling back the ears there for himself. Straight down, player comes around the corner. Turns around, one jumps down from above him on the tower. The sneaky little cheeky peek he can do. Renegade with the BR, but a grenade does end his life, as we see now. Stella coming straight off the bunker, respawn head to head with Spartan. He gets ended as well. Scat shots on the floor. That will fall into the hands of Splyce. Sniped down, trying to protect this stairwell area.
I like that charge.
Yeah.
That was a really good charge. He was stuck in a corner, and obviously in that situation, most players are going to try to back up, run back towards BR base. Instead, Stella even goes forward. Sometimes that's a really tough strafe to predict as soon as that player takes up that ground. Whereas if he had just rounded the corner fairly and evenly at that point, you either have more chance of getting hit by a grenade and you have a more predictable strafe.
Oh, let's take a breather for a second just to assess this one, because at the moment it's starting to get a little bit out of hand, Dave. 10 kills down here for Reciprocity. Talk to me. Tell me what you're seeing. Why are they just getting battered and bodied left, right, and center?
Well, what I'm seeing here from the Splyce squad is they get a couple kills and then they push in and collapse on the others. And I also see Reciprocity at certain times just trying to set up a push, and there's just one slight flaw in it. Either they haven't checked their back, like the time that camo player is behind them. They tried to make a push when Splyce had camo, and they went all 4 down because of it. I do not see these members of Reciprocity getting in good positions, taking a little bit of time, and giving these members of Splyce a chance to mess up, because it seems like right now, Splyce are charging around the map with numbers. Had Reciprocity slowed it down a little bit, just take their time, they might catch some of these members of Splyce charging around aggressively and get a pick or two and can maybe turn the tides in their favor.
Renegade looking for a pick indeed. You can see his teammates dying. You see the little red X poking up there, so don't exactly have the information where these players are. Going to be aware of people moving through pipes, potentially long haul as well. Checking T2, which is fine. Goes for no scope, but he'll be calling that one out. The pre-nade's there. The player actually walks in and lands, but accepts the challenge, gets the kill. It's answered back. The assists come through. That's what I like to see. Make sure if you're going to go down, at least do some damage and have your teammate clean him up. Eric Rona, sniped down himself, has the sniper. 4 bullets in the chamber. Is the man who can with 4 bullets. Doesn't matter about the ballows. I'll take the headshot as well, Sunshine. Thank you very much. He can bring them back in this, Dave.
Yes, he can. And these are sort of those moments I was talking about. Look at what happened. Snipedown has Sniper. They have a step where they have a player at tower, and he's still getting people running out in the open, challenging Snipedown. Look at that. 2 free kills, no risk whatsoever from the Reciprocity side.
Didn't check his angles above, though. If he'd have hit that, I'd have absolutely lost it. Sees one of his teammates die in the kill feed, and that's going to be Spartan. He'll fall to Eco. Knows that Eco's creeping around the corner, but he comes round. Buffy the Vampire Slayer dusts him into a million pieces. Scattershot doing its job, and all of a sudden it's Splyce once again. So accurate, so on point every time with these power-ups, Dave.
Yeah, and it just feels like they are running around. Honestly, when they're playing against this Reciprocity squad at this moment, it feels like a matchmaking game. Look at how easy they're able to collapse on these players. It feels like they're just coming from so many different angles, and Reciprocity don't know how to answer it.
Another scat shot. Doesn't find its target this time. Mikwin has somehow managed to stay alive, but another member of Splyce does clean him up. The cleanup crew A bit of a cleanup there on aisle 9. Everything's just going wrong at the moment for these guys.
So many deaths and so many lower positions. Watch every single time you see a member of Reciprocity die.
Oh.
Are they up in a top tower? Are they up in a strong position? Or are you seeing them getting pinched down low? And I'm seeing them get pinched down low over and over again. And Shotzzy trying to get in these players' heads. You know, there's no love lost between these teams.
No, you're seeing him getting pinched. I'm seeing him getting teabagged, to be honest with you, my friend. If he gets this one, more than likely to do it again. Please don't. Oh, no, 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 no. That's going to be a double as well.
Look at that.
Somebody stop this kid.
Communication even on the Reciprocity side. Penguin, who is in a perfect angle over near that snipe hole to finish off Shotzzy at top tower, who was one shot, didn't even turn once. Clearly, he could have been engaged on another fight and been too focused on that. But end of the day, you hear one shot from your teammates and you are near that area, you better turn and burn.
50 to 20. Oh, that's a bit of water there for you. Trying to cool himself down. 50 to 27. The stake was there. It was in reaching distance, and we had stake earlier on, and it would only be fine if it was rare. But I tell you what, Dave, what an incredible performance coming out of Splyce. Shotzzy, 16 to 5. Renegade, 13 to 4. The numbers of the deaths are insane.
Yeah. And part of this is a little surprising when it comes across assists. I believe they had 32 assists, so only about 64% of their kills assisted when we've seen much higher before. But when you see how many 1v1 fights when they've been flying around, so yeah, it was really tough for me to gauge how many assists they'd have because there would be a lot of those 1v1s, and we also see those times where you just see 2 or 3 members in basement from Reciprocity just getting picked off from 2 or 3 members just swarming them.
So, are we thinking now that this could be the end of Reciprocity in this matchup? Because the mental game that you're going to be thinking going into this game number 3, that was a beating. Let's not sugarcoat this. That was an absolute beating. You are going to be hurt going into this game number 3.
You know, it's tough because a squad like Reciprocity, they are so good, so strong. But if I had told you, Sims, I'd say, hey, we had a match here. I'm not going to tell you either of the team's names, but game number 1 was 2-0, and game number 2 was 50-27. What do you think is going to happen game number 3?
Yeah, I think the only saving grace that I do have for this is the fact that it is a strongholds, and strongholds can be anyone's game, to be honest with you, at any time of the day, especially if you get a triple cap, because teams just seem to bottle it. They lose their nerve. It's like, oh, God, I've been triple capped, and then all of a sudden the Slayers will come in, the waves of the respawn. So this is a bit of a saving grace. If they want to get back in this, if they want to pull the reverse sweep, this is the map to do it. Otherwise, they're going to be heading to their elimination bracket, and Splyce, they're going to be laughing all the way to the bank with a quick 3-0. Sticking on the point, the POV of Mr. Shotzzy himself does go down, though. Initial kills going in the hands of Splyce. They'll trade them off. Eco jumps into the pit. They're going to bag this one. Talk to me, Dave. How strong is the pit on Empire Strongholds?
Pit is such a great stronghold to take control of. It's one of those situations where you can challenge it literally from any quadrant of the map. If I'm outside, I can bank grenades in there. If I'm at blue, red base, security, anywhere, I can have some sort of angle on the pit, so you're not safe from anywhere. Where's the side bases? When someone's on a blue base, guess how you're gonna fight it? You have to be inside blue base. That's why pit is so strong, because you can grab control pit, and then you can go to anywhere you want on the map, and as soon as the opposing team puts pressure on pit, you can answer it.
Splyce do answer back at least. They turn 2. That's going to be, unfortunately for Spartan, losing the OS completely, and it will now be Splyce to try and transform this pit area back, but someone's contesting. It's going to be Spartan himself. He goes in. Can we get a reset here? There's 2 of them. Yes, they can, working in tandem. Beautiful bit of teamwork there to pincer and keep control of pit.
Look at that play also from Mikwin, kind of highlighting the points I talked about holding pit. Mikwin was outside, and he never at one point panicked like he had to reach over the edge and fight pit, because he knew his teammates, wherever they were on the map, they would have been able to challenge it. Jumping on with Penguin right now, though, he's kind of in this tough situation. He's like, all right, am I going to challenge and try to reset pit? In many cases, it's even safe for the team that has pit just to jump in and just go for those one-on-one trades. You get the kill, you get the reset. You also know you're wasting the opposing team's time.
Really quick update from the floor. It looks like Renegades are currently up 2-0 against Tilly Tower, so they'll be moving forward in that elimination bracket should they clean out game number 3. But currently on your screen, it's going to be Splyce versus Reciprocity. That could also end in a 3-0 sweep. But I tell you what, Reciprocity, they've got other ideas, Dave. They're currently up 33-0.
This is an interesting flank here from Mikwin. I don't like this position because overshield / camo are coming at this time, and he's kind of putting himself in a position where he can't really be at either. Like, I can understand the flank mentality of a player coming over and towards blue base and want to juke that person, but not around the 950 mark.
Let's see how this one pans out. Renegade with the camo, green gun in hand as well. Just trying to pick his moment when, because obviously if you go, oh, here we go, so that's one, there's two as well, his teammates with him, but yes, it comes through. There's the assist middle as well. Now they've got the numbers advantage. They can push in. The green gun will find the camo. Take a seat, Penguin. He's gone. They've got one player above them. He drops down as well. And it looks like potentially Renegade has pretty much single-handedly caught that. He takes down 3, even 4 in consecutive session. What an absolutely fantastic play from Renegade.
I have a feeling that the communication on the Reciprocity side is not where it needs to be right now. There's been way too many times where players have not reacted to callouts or been reacting as fast as they should. And that's a massive mistake. When they get to this level of play here, when you're here in the winners, what is this, the semifinals, the second match of the semifinals, and you aren't reacting to calls that quick when there's someone taking the pit, when there's someone shooting you back one shot, that is a massive mistake. I can chalk up 1 or 2 as to miscommunication or a slight error, but when I'm seeing it time after time, I have to think there's got to be something going on with their communication.
Okay, so panic stations here. Look at this. They're absolutely drilling Reciprocity now into the floor. They have the triple cap. Total control is in effect. Remember, you're going to get 2 ticks at a time when you have all 3 plots. But I tell you what, Stella's got other ideas. You want red base. Not today, boys. Get the hell out. Moves in, finds another one. This man is giving no harm whatsoever. Nobody's getting away with anything. He's just going full on aggression time and time again. Reciprocity, Dave, they are getting slammed right now.
Yeah, this is a Splyce dominated affair at this moment. They're down in points, but we saw just trip cap a moment ago. And like I was talking about before, I'm a little bit concerned about the communication here from the Reciprocity side. So when we get a chance, I actually want to switch to a Reciprocity members POV, and I want to go to a Reciprocity listening and hear how they're communicating.
Obi's on me. Obi's on me in blue.
Red, yeah, and another red BR.
Window. Combo.
2-shot window.
Obi's on me blue
Blue plat with
Obi's
Obi.
on me blue plat to inside blue.
I got the guy inside red.
Watch out, blue security on me.
Go pit. Zane, I'm leaving you.
Obi's fighting me. Obi's fighting me.
I'm in pit.
He's back blue alley.
Yeah,
we're gonna get pushed.
Turbine outside red on us.
Alley still. Renegade, back blue alley,
Red
Renegade.
sneaky weak. 1 shot dead. Nice.
Obi's top
Front of blue with the shot. Front of blue with the shot.
On him tower. Tower 1 shot. I'm getting naded. Jump on tower. 1 shot on tower. 2 dead.
I'm dead.
Alright, they're gonna go red. Watch, just live it red. Plenty of time.
Trying to help Barrett.
Already in.
He's 1 shot, dude.
Turbine
Wow, I
right
can't
here.
believe that hit me.
Speak, Tyler.
He's 2 shots inside red.
Alright.
Red BR?
Blue.
Yeah.
They're
Coming
gonna be
back.
on me,
Coming back. Turbine on me. Turbine, 1's in red, 1 dead.
Turbine on Zane.
Can only be 1 at blue. Right here. Got turbine, man.
Dude,
I
blue
spawned
plat.
tower.
Plat, help.
Perfect
Need to be double capping. Red fan.
He's inside good blue going blue plat.
Anymore.
Blue plat above you, Tyler.
I'm gonna need help here. He's under. You there?
Tower fan, 1 shot red fan.
Top mid.
Let
Ego,
die now.
have shield, have shield.
Splyce. We say it 3 times because it sounds so damn nice. They have all 3 plots right now, and that time is just ticking away. This sounds like, to me, Dave, the potential nail in the coffin here, because that communication was pretty lackluster, to be honest.
Honestly, it felt like defeat in their voices. I didn't hear anything completely wrong in there. I didn't see players just giving up on callouts, but you can hear the defeat in their voices. They're saying, blue plat, I got these shots. That might be, it's okay to not have full intensity during callouts, but I don't really know how they communicate on a normal basis. I've heard the likes of, Snipe Down and Mick Win before calling out in crazy situations, and they don't sound like that.
So we're ticking this one down. Unless Reciprocity can do something now, they need nothing short of a miracle. A Splyce